Are you ready?
I am ready.
Let's, if this episode is as bad as the one we did the last time, I think we all need to come together and make an agreement that this needs to die.
Okay. All right. So let me preface this trivia by saying I'm not a huge fan of this movie.
Oh, great. This is a good way to start.
But it is a movie.
There you go.
So here's some trivia for you.
All right.
Sean Connery was originally picked to play a character, but he turned it down because he could not understand the concept of this movie.
I'm going to say that this movie is Mystery Men.
Nope.
Oh.
Yeah, instead, he's like, I don't get your superhero movie. I'm going to make League of Extraordinary Gentlemen instead.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that actually, there's some truth to that somewhere. That he almost did that, but did the other one instead.
That wouldn't surprise me. I feel like they came out like years apart.
I
don't know.
I thought they came out at the same time, but it doesn't matter.
Okay, so around 90, well, this isn't really going to help you guess, but it's interesting anyways. 97% of the materials from this film sets were later recycled after filming and used to build low-income housing in Mexico.
Castaway. Nope, there's probably nothing on that film set.
Yes, the trees and the sand and Wilson.
Oh man, I don't even know what I was thinking there. That was a legitimate guess. And
there's probably not a single set built for that movie.
There's just the porta potty.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so you got a guess?
Nope.
Okay. GM donated 300 cars for use in this movie, and by the end, all 300 of them were wrecked.
Transformers.
Incorrect.
Fast and Furious.
Nope. Better. Here's another one.
My guess was better, or the movie is better than Fast and Furious?
The movie is better than Fast and Furious. That's an awful movie. The film's highway chase sequence took almost 3 months to shoot.
I have no idea. Who's the main actor?
Mr. Keanu Reeves.
Is it Point Break?
No. The special effects cost $100 million.
The Matrix?
Close enough. This is Matrix Reloaded.
Oh.
Have you seen the 2 sequels to The Matrix?
I have. Have we even talked about the first one?
I think we've talked about it. I don't think we've done an official episode on it.
Yeah. That's just a weird choice. When you have a really good movie in the first one, you go with Matrix Reloaded.
Well, there's a reason why I chose this movie, and I have a story with it. It's a short one. I'll tell it afterwards.
Nope, don't tell it.
I'm going to. It's too late. You've seen the original,
yes,
correct?
I've seen all 3.
And your thoughts?
The original?
I guess let's just call this a trilogy of what we're going to talk about.
Or we can just call it Matrix Reloaded because we have other episodes to do in the future.
Fine. Always got to get his way.
What do I think about the first one? Is that your question?
Yes.
The first one is good. I don't think it's as good as everyone acts like it is, but it's a good movie.
Yeah, I remember I did not see this movie. Like, it took a long time for me to see this movie, and there was already so much hype behind this movie, and it's everyone's favorite movie. I saw it and I liked it, but I remember being a little disappointed, and I think it's just because it was like I had very, very high expectations.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool. And I think for the time especially, there's a lot of stuff that they did that was innovative.
Yes.
Like the bullet
the 360
time
thing.
Yeah.
The bullet.
But all that stuff is like, I don't know, it's hard when you watch a movie that's so ahead of its time after it's come out. You know what I mean? Like, Because what happens is people copy it,
Yeah, and then it doesn't look groundbreaking anymore. It just looks like a poorly made movie of something better.
Yeah.
But the reason, Matrix Reloaded, you've seen this one? I guess so. You said yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
I've seen all 3 Matrix movies. I've played all the games, and I watched the anime Matrix.
How was that?
The Animatrix?
I think you tried to get me to watch it, and I did not care for the first episode.
Not great.
No?
No, I'm not a big anime fan as it is, though.
You aren't?
I am not.
Oh, that's news to me. I thought you were a big anime fan. You used to be. I felt like...
Since when?
You used to watch all kinds of anime.
Nope, not even close to true. There was like 2 shows that I watched, but all kinds of anime?
That's more than a regular person.
I don't know if that's accurate.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it is.
You watched Pokemon. That's anime.
Yeah, Pokemon was so good.
You watched Dragon Ball Z, didn't you? That's anime.
No, I never watched that.
Oh. Close enough. You're the hugest anime fan I know.
That's probably true.
Well,
anyways.
Yeah.
The Matrix for a long time was my brother's favorite movie.
Which brother?
And Joshua.
Ugh.
And he was so excited when these movies came out. And I don't know if you remember, but the 2 sequels to this came out in the same year.
Was it the same year?
That?
I remember they came out real
like,
close to each other.
One was like early on, and then the other one was like around Christmas. I remember thinking, that's wacky. That's so weird. And he was so excited. He was so excited for these movies to come out.
Did he dress up?
He dressed up as Neo for Halloween one year. He didn't dress up to go to the movies.
What the?
But
he would be the worst Neo. Could you imagine Joshua having the fate of the world in his hands?
Yikes.
We would all be dead. People would just give up. Yeah. They'd be like, you know what? I'm not even going to wait around to see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm just going to let the aliens take me now.
Yeah, so the first Matrix, I remember I watched
robots,
it.
Sorry to all the Matrix fans. I meant robots. They're not aliens. Anyways.
It was a little confusing to me, the story behind it.
Yep.
But it was cool. Then the other 2 were like, I had no idea what was going on. And even once it was over, I couldn't tell you what they were really about. Or even what happened. The only thing that really stands out to me in this movie is that highway scene, which I thought was kind of cool. Where they're fighting on the semi-truck.
Yep. Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah.
Just jumping from
I
car
thought
to
that
car.
was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But other than that, whatever. I didn't even understand it.
Was that your story?
That was not my story. Here's my story.
I was going to say, you built that story up for not having a story at all.
So,
all right,
like I said,
hang on, everybody. This story is going to be the greatest story that has ever been told.
I never said that.
On this podcast. If you are driving, please pull over, and I don't want you to crash because you will be so blown away and awestruck that you will not be able to operate your vehicle correctly anymore.
Okay. Anyways.
If you are standing or if you're running, if you're exercising, go ahead and stop, take a break, sit down, maybe lay down. That way you don't fall over and hit your head because this story is going to blow you away.
You're about to be disappointed.
You are going to be so amazed by this story. You need to prepare yourself.
All right.
Are you waiting for me to interrupt you again?
I was waiting. So Joshua was obsessed with this before it even came out. He had like the soundtrack on CD. Everything about it, he wanted to go see it. So my mom didn't want to go see it, so she convinced my dad to take me and him and I think Dante too to go see this movie.
Dante 2?
Yeah, the sequel. It was worse than the first one. So we went to see this movie, and don't know if you remember, a lot of it takes place in like the Zion area.
Yeah.
And in the weird like world. It's really dark. And once we got out of the movie, we get out of the theater, and my dad, I asked him, I said, what did you think? And he's like, it seemed like a good movie. He says, I liked it, but it was just so dark, I could not tell what was going on. And I remember thinking, yeah, I mean, it was kind of dark, and then I looked, and he had worn his sunglasses through the whole movie. He did not swap them out. So, with it already being a pretty dark movie, wearing sunglasses, I can imagine he really did not, he just heard the movie.
How do you do that?
I don't know. Because, so my dad had prescription sunglasses.
Yeah.
They looked exactly like his regular glasses, and he would just swap them out. He just didn't swap them out. We went in and went right, because there wasn't a lot of idle time, because there was a line outside to get in.
Yeah.
So we were outside for a while. And as soon as we went in, we went, straight to the seats, and then it started pretty soon after. There just wasn't a lot of downtime. So he watched the whole movie with sunglasses on.
When did he realize that?
When I told him, I said, Dad, you have your sunglasses on. And he says, oh, well, yeah, that's probably why.
It's all right. He probably enjoyed it the most.
He probably did. He's like, this sounds like a great movie.
Oh, what did you think of the movie?
Like I said, I liked the fights and stuff.
Yeah.
I always like, it's real John Wick, like real smooth fighting.
That's weird because it's the same people.
Well, yeah. Why is that weird?
That was nothing.
Yeah, okay, I get it. Anyways, I liked all that.
Yeah.
I could not follow the actual story.
Yeah, well, it was nonsense.
And because of that, I have never gone back and watched them again.
I don't think a lot of people do.
Are they
there's people who
critically acclaimed or
No.
panned, or what? What does the population feel about these movies?
I feel like it's pretty negative, but I could be wrong. There's people who will argue and fight for the Star Wars prequels.
Yeah.
About, they're good, that they're worth, like Mike Fallick, right? I don't know if you ever listened to those episodes I did with him, but we argued quite a bit about how the value of the prequel movies. I'm going to say not good. Like I was a kid when I saw him. I was 12. I was like right in the sweet spot for that movie to be my favorite movie of all time.
And it didn't pander to.
No, it wasn't. I didn't even enjoy it then. This movie, I don't think there's anyone who is like arguing like, oh no, Matrix Reloaded, Matrix Revolution, these are great movies. Everyone's like,
there's not two factions. It's everyone agrees it sucks.
From my understanding, there's probably someone out there who likes these movies more than the original. But
How do you think Keanu Reeves feels about these movies? I think he was like, I'm glad we did this.
I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
I think a lot of actors are pretty okay with doing bad movies when you get paid enough money.
Yeah, it's true. And another thing is, a movie can sound great, when you're reading the script or someone is giving you a storyboard or talking to you, but when it comes down to the execution, and it's just not, it's not there.
Well, yeah, when you think about
and it's too late.
The actor's experience of a movie, especially one that's so heavily CGI,
yeah,
you are not seeing a story at all. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you're shooting things out of sequence. You're doing, you're spending all day to get one shot that lasts for 5 seconds in the movie. You know what I mean? Like, so your experience is nothing what the end product comes out looking like.
Well, yeah, it's like the story you told about Tom Hardy.
Yeah. Where he hated it. He hated being a part of it and thought it was going to be awful until he saw the final thing. It's like, oh wow, this is actually really good.
So I wonder if that's true. Like, I wonder, because so you got comedy movies, right? And those are going to be pretty straightforward. When they're filming them, that's the movie. There's not a lot added to it. And then you got like the dramas or the action movies and there's maybe some explosions that you're not really getting to see or this and that. But I feel like what has to maybe feel the silliest to film is like horror movies, right? Because I doubt that they're really, like, you even feel any fear or scaredness. I know that's probably not a word.
I think I understand what you're saying. I think it depends on the movie, right? Because there's that classic story of The Shining with what's her name?
I know.
Where Stanley Kubrick was awful to her and just tortured her and made her so uneasy the whole time that her reactions were pretty accurate. You know what I mean? Like, she didn't have to act all that much because she was so stressed. She was so stressed out, she was losing hair during the filming of that movie.
Really?
And then there's a lot of other things where the set design will make the movie seem much more creepy, right? Like, it's going to be dark and you're going to have stuff going on. Like, I think a horror movie can be scary. I think
I get that.
I think the harder things to act against are the CGI characters that aren't even there.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, if you've got monsters or zombies or aliens, but again, like, when you're watching this movie and it's a character and they're alone and they're somewhere, like, I wonder, are they as scared? Because, you know, are they as scared?
You said, are they scared?
As scared. Because they're probably surrounded by 100 people watching them, you know? It's impossible to have that alone feeling.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my thoughts. I don't know.
I think it just depends on what the movie is. I think
it probably depends on the director and how he, you know, sets up the shoot and if he goes about it like Kubrick does, where he legit tries to make his actors feel uneasy as opposed to just it's a standard director. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, like I was saying, I think it depends on what the movie is, what the horror, what the villain is. Cause like if you're doing a movie like, what is it? Silence of the Lambs or something like that, where it's a horror, but it's based on
it's psychological.
Yeah. I think those are easy to get messed up with.
Well, and I would say the same about The Shining. Is a lot of psychological, so it's easier, I guess.
Yeah, because you can
make it look real.
Well, you can relate to it as an actor and actress. You can no, this could actually happen. But if it's like aliens are coming down, I don't watch horror movies, so I have a hard time figuring out like.
Okay, so here's one for example. Like how scary do you think it was to film like Cloverfield, right?
Yeah.
Where there's like literally nothing chasing you. There's nothing after you. Like, it's gotta be hard to legit look scared, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's why you just shake the camera a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Solves that problem. You know what, one of my favorite horror is probably not even the right word, but I expected this movie to be awful. I had no hope for it. I didn't think it was going to be any good. Me and my friends went and saw it at the Dollar Theater in town. Was House of Wax. Did you ever see House of Wax?
I've seen a couple scenes. I haven't seen the whole movie.
So this is with Paris Hilton.
I was going to say, that's the Paris Hilton one, right?
Yeah. But it was actually like a decent movie. Like it's not great. It's not one I would ever go rewatch. But when I watched it, I was like shocked.
Right.
I was like, oh, that was enjoyable. I don't feel like I wasted my money or time. I mean, part of it is I paid $1, but like my time was worth more than that, you know? Like,
right.
It was like, oh, this was
in your opinion.
Yeah, it depends on who you're talking to.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying though. So, one last thing to add about The Matrix. It's not really about The Matrix.
About your dad wearing sunglasses?
I will preface this also by saying there's no
second
judgments here.
Second greatest story of all time.
On this podcast, yeah.
Prepare
no judgments.
Yourself.
I'm just stating
Are you going to
fact.
judge me here? This is what
No.
All right.
Is that the brothers that made this movie are now sisters.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
So They were I don't even know how to say their last name.
Wachowski?
Wachowski?
Yeah.
And then one of them, this was probably 10 years ago, had a sex change and became a woman. And then like only 2-3 years ago, the other one did the same thing. So now they're the Wachowski sisters.
Is that true?
That's a true story.
I feel like that's not true. That does not sound accurate.
I promise you it's true.
How do you promise me? How do you know this?
Because I know things.
Were you there? Were you the doctor who operated on them?
I was.
Yeah.
I don't remember what their names were before.
It wasn't even a sex change. That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
You just messed up really bad. You were supposed to take out their tonsils.
That's my bad.
Yeah. Tonsils, testicles, it's too confusing on paper.
I don't remember what their names were before, but now they are Lana and Lily.
None of this sounds accurate.
I promise you it's true.
Another thing about the Wachowskis is they made, what was that movie with Channing Tatum and the girl from that 70s show?
Donna?
No, the other one.
Yeah. The space one.
Yeah.
What can I think of her name? Mila Kunis.
Yes. What was that movie?
Jupiter Ascending.
Jupiter Ascending. So they have a lot of people that got on board with that movie because
of their name.
Yeah, because they're the Wachowskis. And it was not good from what I hear. I didn't see it either.
It looked awful. It did not look good to me at all.
But
they also did, I believe that they're the ones who did that weird movie a couple of years before that, the Cloud Atlas. Didn't they do Cloud Atlas?
I don't know.
You know which one I'm talking about, right? Tom Hanks?
Yeah, where he plays like 8 different characters, right?
Yeah, there's like a few people who play like 4 or 5 different characters. It was hard to follow, but it wasn't bad.
Sorry.
But, okay, so anyways.
I'm looking up
You're trying to fact check me. They were Larry and Andy Wachowski, and now they're Lily and Lana Wachowski.
Huh.
Yeah, that's a true story.
Yeah.
It's crazy
interesting
to me that
both brothers would do it.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, for some reason, it feels like it would be less crazy if they both did it at the same time.
No, that feels extra crazy.
You think so? I feel like the fact that at one point in their lives, they've been the Wachowski brothers, the sisters, and then like just the siblings.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's crazy to me that the other one like went years and was like, you know what? That looks fun. Or that's a good idea. I'm gonna do this too.
To me,
I don't know.
I feel like if they did it at the same time, that would have felt more like a stunt.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Doing it at separate times is also crazy. That they, like the percentage of people who are, 1, are willing to have a sex change, and 2, desire to have a sex change is so low. It's crazy that 2 people in the same family would want to do it. Although, I mean, I'm not trying to like make judgments on them like you were saying, or, trying to, I don't understand their life.
Just straighten facts.
But I would imagine that there was some influence on them equally, that there was something going on that would make them more likely to do that. Like, I don't know. I feel like I don't know what I'm saying here. Yeah, it's just crazy in the way that like whatever the circumstances were to make that happen to both of them. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly. It's crazy, but it's true. That's just interesting fact about the Matrix.
When are you and Joshua going in?
Well, we agreed he would do it first, and then I would wait, and he still has not done it yet. So I don't know, TBD.
Because you guys are both done having kids, I think, right?
That's correct.
Well, I guess your wife is done. You could still have kids.
I can. Joshua cannot.
Oh, all right. Well, this one got weird.
As always.
Is it my turn to pick a movie I want to see?
Yes.
I want to see 12 Years a Slave.
Oh, okay. You have not seen this?
I have not seen it.
That is a good movie.
It's one that, everyone seemed to love when it came out, but it's like, you have to, you know how you need to stretch before you go for a run?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Like, I feel like you have to emotionally stretch before you watch 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah, you do.
And, I just haven't had the energy to like,
To stretch first?
to stretch first, to like put myself through that. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's on my list. It's been on my list for a long time, but I'm like, oh, this is gonna be, there's gonna be a lot of effort that goes into watching this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good movie. All the way through. I liked it.
If The Matrix Reloaded comes on, what are you doing?
I will turn it off. I probably won't destroy my TV, but I'm not gonna watch that nonsense. You
know what you should do?
I don't even have the desire to watch it to see if I can figure it out. I don't have that desire. If it was like a critically acclaimed movie and I was like, okay, there's something here, I need to just do this, then maybe, but it's not. So I have no desire to watch it again. I don't even really have a super strong desire to watch the original, and I like that one.
What you should do is go back, watch the movie, but wear sunglasses.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Or get your kids to watch it with you with sunglasses on too, so it could be a tribute to your dad.
And then maybe that's how you're supposed to watch the movie. No one told us.
Yeah, that's the Wachowski
He's the only
secret.
one who truly got the movie.
It wasn't an accident. He knew what he was doing.
No, he knew. Yeah, he knew.
All right. Well, if you enjoy this show, you can go over to Patreon and help support it. If you donate $1, you'll get access to all our episodes 2 weeks in advance.
2 weekies.
2 weekies. If you want to get a hold of us, you can reach out to us on Twitter at ISeenThatPod or on Facebook. And if you want to get a hold of me directly, you can get, I've ran out of steam. Alan RJR on Twitter.
And I am at Taylor Enixon.
And we will be back soon.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Bye.